YouTube Teen Movies here. Now, since today is the 79th birthday of one of the best Japanese filmmakers, Hayao Miyazaki, I decided to go ahead and do my top 8 favorite Hayao Miyazaki movies. Granted, I haven't really seen every one of his films, but a lot of his films I do really quite enjoy. I mean, he is one, like, he's always made some really high profile films. His animation quality looks amazing. I mean, he is one of the best in the business. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Hayao Miyazaki films. Alright, well, not 10, 8 favorite, I meant to say, sorry. Alright, coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with The Wind Rises. Now, it's about this young man named Jiro who dreams of flying and designing, airplanes and all, and inspired by the famous Italian aeronautical designer Caproni. And it is based on a true story. It's actually, sadly, this was Hayao Miyazaki's last film before he ended up retiring. And I would love to see Hayao Miyazaki make one more last film. But man, Wind Rises, well, it's not really, to me, it is probably his weakest film in my opinion. I thought it was really great. The animation quality was decent. The sound design was great. It also has some interesting, American voice cast, like you had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Emily Blunt, John Krasinski, Maura Short, Mia Whitman, William H. Macy, Jennifer Grey. Some really interesting cast members was in this because they usually always have like a Japanese version, then they also Americanize it. And I actually have seen both, but man, The Wind Rises is incredible. If you guys haven't really seen The Wind Rises, go check it out. Alright. Coming in at number 7, I'm going to go with Ponyo. Now, in it, it's a goldfish princess who encounters a human boy named Sosuke, who ends up giving her the goldfish princess the name Ponyo, and Ponyo longs to become a human. So I guess you could say it's like a bit of a like a Little Mermaid type situation here. And so Ponyo's father ends up bringing her back to the ocean kingdom, and Ponyo's wish is to live on the surface as she breaks free and all. And there's a collection of like magical that exists and endanger Sosuke's village. Ponyo is incredible. Great visuals. You also had another great voice cast. You had Matt Damon, Tina Fey, Liam Neeson, Miley Cyrus's sister Noah Cyrus, Jonas Brothers' brother Frankie Jonas, Betty White, Lily Tomlin. Really great voice cast. Great animation quality. Really, the underwater scenes is pretty amazing. I guess. The movie got released in 2009, and it's a really good one. If you guys haven't really seen Ponyo yet, definitely go check that one out. Alright. Coming in at number 6, I'm going to add Howl's Moving Castle. Now, it's about Sophia who has a uneventful life at her late father's hat shop, and so she has to be befriending with this wizard named Howl, played by Christian Bale, who lives in this magical flying castle. And you got the evil witch of Waste, voiced by Lauren Bacall, who takes issues of their building relationship and all. And so Hal must use all these magical talents to battle the jealous hag and return Sophie to her youth and beauty and all. I mean, Howl's Moving Castle is beautiful to watch. It ended up actually scoring an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Feature. Well-deserved nomination there is. You also have Emily Mortimer as the voice of Sophie. Really cool voice cast. The visuals was amazing. I mean, when the castle flies and all that looks pretty cool. Hayao did a great job at crafting this film. And if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Alright, coming in at number 5, I'm going to add My Neighbor Totoro. Now, it's probably one of Hayao Miyazaki's most iconic films. And it follows this schoolgirl named Setsuko and her younger sister Mai, who are trying to settle in their old country house with their father and wait for their mother to recover from a illness at the hospital. And so the sisters end up exploring their a new home, and they encounter and befriend with playful spirits in their house. And nearby, there's this massive cuddly creature known as a Totoro. And Totoro is one of the most iconic Hayao Miyazaki characters. He's kind of, I guess he's a bit like I don't know, characters like you'll see from Roy or and all that. I mean, he's really lovable. He's fun to watch. This is really like a creature that you wish you had in your own house. Really, and the movie itself is incredible. If you guys haven't really seen My Neighbor Totoro yet, definitely go check that one out. Alright, coming in at number 4, it is Castle in the Sky. Now, it's about this young orphan named Shida and her kidnapper named Colonel Muska, who are flying to a military prison when their plane ends up being attacked by a gang of air pirates that's led by the Mataroli Dola, and they end up escaping from the mid-air collision via a magic crystal around her neck and arm. And this is another, we had House movie cast. I mean, Miyazaki has a thing of having castles float. Really, I think he just loves seeing castles float. But Castle in the Sky also has a really good voice cast. You've got Mark Hamill, James Van Der Beek, Cloris Leachman, Mandy Patinkin. It's a really incredible one. This castle flying is really cool. The pirates are pretty. The character design of the pirates is really decent. Yeah, definitely go check out Castle in the Sky. Alright. Coming in at number 3, I'm going to go with Princess Mononoke. Now, it takes place in the 14th century, and you have the young protagonist named young Ashitaka, who ends up being affected by an animal attack, and she wants to seek a cure from the deer-like god named Shishku Magime. I can never really pronounce his name, so sorry. But in his travels, he ends up seeing a human ravaging the earth and ends up bringing down the wrath of Wolf and Morrow and all that. And his human companion ends up being a Princess Mononoke, and he ends up tapping to broker a peace between her and the humans as well. It's really terrific. Also, great animation quality. You also had you got voice castings that includes Gillian Anderson, J. Pickett Smith, Minnie Driver, Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Crudup. Really great voice cast here. It's beautiful to watch. Great script, great story arc. Definitely go check out this. Now, lots of people probably have this as their number 1 favorite, but my top 2 I quite like slightly more. Alright, coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Kiki's Delivery Service. Now, I always keep calling it this Kiki's Delivery Special, but it's Kiki's Delivery Service. So, anyway, this is probably one of the best anime feature there is, and it's about this, this 13-year-old named Kiki who moves into a seaside town with her talking cat named Gigi to spend a year alone in the Ecuador dance with her village's tradition for witches and all. And this has some really great magical abilities. This movie is really beautiful to watch. Now, lots of people probably also as this film as their favorite Hayao Miyazaki movie, but my number 1 I like slightly more. But man, Kiki's Delivery Service. You got the voice of Chris Dunst in this. She ends up, flying on a carrier, which is pretty cool because she's a carrier service here. I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't really seen Kiki's delivery service, it's definitely one of Hayau's coolest flicks. But my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movie of all time goes to the film that really introduced me to his work, and that is Spirited Away. I literally saw this one time when I was when I was actually in school and all that, and this movie made me. After seeing Spirited Away, I want you to go check out other Hayao Miyazaki movies. He became my favorite ever since. Spirited Away, this has a place in my heart. I just love this movie from passion. It's also really beautiful to watch. I mean, a really great, strong woman in this 10-year-old named Chai Chiharu, while and it's where her parents stumble upon a seemingly abandoned amusement park, and her mother and father ends up being turned into giant pigs, and so Chiharu ends up meeting a mysterious haiku who ends up explaining that the park is a resort for supernatural beings and all. And I mean it's actually one of the creepiest out of Hayao Miyazaki's films, and it's also Studio Ghibli as well. Hayao, like, this is definitely his. It is really his Toy Story. Really, I mean, yeah, of course, Hayao Miyazaki did other stuff before Spirit Away, but this is really the best work he's ever done. I really love this movie with passion. Great animation quality, great character arc, great visuals. If you guys haven't really seen Spirit Away, it ended up scoring an Oscar nomination. I actually got nominated with Shrek, and I think it also got nominated with Jimmy Neutron's. Wait, I think this got released 2001 or 2001 of the year. I can't really remember the actual year it got released. But Spirit Away is such an amazing one. If you guys haven't really seen Spirit Away by now, definitely go check it out. It is Hayao's best work. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 8, The Wind Rises. 7, Ponyo. 6, Howl's Moving Castle. 5, My Neighbor Totoro. 4, Castle in the Sky. 3, Princess Mononoke. 2, Kiki's Delivery Service. And 1 is Spirit Away. Now, he's done other stuff, but I haven't really seen all of his work, to be honest with you. I mean, he also did, like, he has a new movie coming out this year called How Do You Know? How Do You Live, I think it's called. So that should be interesting. He did Lupin the Dirt, the movie. He also produced some stuff like The Secret World of Ariete. He produced The Cat Returns. He also has some really good films that he's not. I'm only talking about his direction work, not really his producing work. Down the line, maybe I'll do best Studio Ghibli, because Studio Ghibli also, like, Hayao Miyazaki aside, Studio Ghibli makes some really solid films as well. So, and lots of them is helped by Hayao Miyazaki. So, anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Hayao Miyazaki movies? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C-Movie signing off.